Signals from space always come from above. That is the rule. Every telescope, every antenna, every satellite ever built is designed with that single assumption. But this signal didn't follow the rule. It didn't come from the sky. It didn't come from orbit. It came from beneath Antarctica. And that should not be possible. Antarctica is the most isolated place on Earth. No cities, no permanent population, no visible infrastructure. Just ice. Miles of it. Yet deep beneath that ice, something has been answering. The first time it was detected, scientists assumed it was an error, a malfunction, background noise. But the signal came again. And again. Always with the same impossible signature. It wasn't weak. It wasn't random. And most disturbingly, it wasn't coming from above the horizon. It was coming from below. To understand why this matters, you need to understand one thing. Signals like this are not supposed to survive traveling upward through solid Earth. Rock absorbs them. Ice distorts them. Physics stops them. And yet, this one didn't stop. The detection came from an experiment designed to study the universe, not the Earth. A system floating high above Antarctica, listening for particles from deep space. Instead, it heard something rising. At first, no one wanted to call it a signal. They used safer words. Anomaly. Unexpected event. But anomalies don't repeat. This one did. Multiple detections. Different times. Same impossible direction. And this is where the story stops being comfortable. Because Antarctica is not just ice. Underneath it lies one of the least explored regions on the planet. Hidden mountains, buried valleys, subglacial lakes sealed off for millions of years. Places no human has ever seen. Some researchers quietly admitted something unsettling. If the signal was real, and if it truly came from below, then it wasn't natural in any conventional sense. Publicly, explanations were offered. Exotic particles, rare interactions, statistical coincidences. But privately, the conversation shifted. Because around the same periods these signals increased, something else was happening. Objects were passing through our solar system. Fast, unpredictable, not bound to our sun. One of them, known as 3I/ATLAS, drew particular attention. Not because of what it was, but because of when it appeared. As it passed, unusual readings spiked, not just in Antarctica. But Antarctica was different. The signals from the ice intensified. Now, correlation does not mean causation, but it raises a question no one wants to ask out loud. What if the signal isn't being sent outward, but triggered? What if something beneath Antarctica is not transmitting, but responding? There is an old idea, rarely discussed outside classified circles, that Antarctica may hide remnants of something far older than modern civilization. Not ruins in the traditional sense, not cities or monuments, but impact sites. Some theories suggest that thousands of years ago, an object entered Earth's atmosphere and never left. Not crashing violently, but embedding itself deep beneath the ice. Buried, preserved, dormant, until something passes close enough to wake it. This is where official narratives become very quiet. No press conferences, no clear denials, just silence. And silence is never random. Because if the signal truly originates beneath Antarctica, then it changes everything we think we know about isolation. It means something is there, something capable of interacting with energy, something that does not behave like geology. Some believe it is ancient technology. Others suggest it is a natural structure we don't yet understand. and some believe it is neither. There is a reason Antarctica is governed the way it is. No ownership, restricted access, controlled movement. Not because of penguins, because of what lies beneath. If this signal is artificial, then it is not a message meant for us. It is too deep, too distorted, too indifferent. It feels less like a broadcast and more like a heartbeat. Slow, periodic, uncaring. And here is the most disturbing part. The signal does not weaken. It does not decay. It behaves as if its source is stable. That means whatever is generating it is still there, still intact, still awaiting. We like to believe that first contact would come from the stars. Lights in the sky, ships descending. But what if it doesn't? What if contact comes from below? From something that has been here longer than us? Watching cycles rise and fall. Civilizations begin and disappear. Antarctica has seen all of it, and it remembers. Official explanations will continue. They always do. But the signal remains unresolved, uncomfortable, and very real. So the question is no longer, is something under Antarctica? The question is, why did it start answering now? And what happens when it decides to speak louder?